All right. Hello, Professor. We're doing our presentation on Sears. My name is Brad.
I'm Isis.
I'm Karen.
I'm Sarah.
And Karen will begin starting with an introduction to our presentation.
So we have decided to focus on the Sears company to talk about the 6 weapons of influence. The 6 weapons are commitment, consistency, social proof, liking, authority, scarcity, and reciprocity. And now we'll begin with our presentation.
To start off with commitment, Sears' commitment to its customers is that through its quality services, products, and solutions, they help improve the lives of Americans. Sears has demonstrated its commitment to increasing America's energy efficiency through its action for over more than 10 years. Commitments are most effective when they're active, public, and effortful. Sears can follow the rules of commitment by actively publicizing their values and what they're doing for their customers. This can be done in stores, on their website, and or on social media, such as Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Sears can actively publicize what they are doing for their customers and how they are doing it. When an organization fulfills its commitment as promised, they will start to attract more people, which will then increase profits for the organization. Sears has already maintained this action for years, and they should continue to do so in order to increase profitability and gain good reputation. Moving on to the next slide. Consistency is important for any business to always ensure consistency between actions and promises and their inner values in order to improve company performance and create a high-quality customer experience. The one thing customers expect is consistency. They want to get the same high-quality experience at one store as they do at another. The issue with Sears is that if you go to one store and then go to another store a few miles away, they would offer wildly different stock or might even be missing several departments. This ruins the customer experience as consistency is lost between different stores. They need to organize and display their stocks in all their stores consistently and equally to raise profit and minimize confusion. Also, Sears' online shopping experience is disjointed and customers have a hard time navigating around the website. The website is confusing to click around and it's hard to figure out what products are in store and what products are only available online. Same goes for the coupons that Sears offers its customers. Most of the coupons Sears has makes customers unclear on how they can be used. To practice consistency, they should offer a well-rounded coupon policy to keep customers happy and to preserve public trust.
Social proof is when people will follow what others are doing, specifically groups, because if many are doing it, it must be good. Within retail, this follows along with customer reviews and signs online and in store, indicating this product is hot and trending. For Sears, the uses of labeling a product trending or hot is applicable within the store environment. Although once you go onto their website, nowhere on their main page is it listed a specific section for trending or bestseller. Having these categories is very helpful for those who don't have a product in mind. It can help create a starting point for customers or simply check out what others are buying. It also lets them know others are shopping at the stores as well. Another feature that's very beneficial is customer reviews. These help customers know how good their product is through previous customers. Currently, Sears has a limited usage of customer reviews. Certain departments like jewelry and clothing have very little reviews and star ratings, especially how some of other products are from third-party sellers and potential customers wanting to buy the products are left risking their purchase. Including the option of testimonials or having test groups can benefit them from losing money over unsure customers. On to the next slide. Liking is when there is a higher chance of a customer to shop your product or service if they like what they see. In this case, it's the face of Sears with their physical attractiveness and compliments through social media. Sears social media, they repost photos of customers with a short compliment and of course promoting their product. Although they use less of appreciating and communicating with their customers and more of promoting their products. Like it's just a page for advertisers where they are broadcasting information. Rather, they should use a page to communicate and create relationships with their followers and strengthen those with loyal ones, where they reach out, thank them, and let them know that it's not just about buying their products, but they also care about their customers. Their physical attractiveness to their online website is not consistent. There is a separation with their color palette. There are various shades of blue and added green that's disconnected from its heading. It feels like two separate things. As well as design, there are various things being thrown at you when you first open the page, being overwhelming. From deals, images, and all these buttons, The design doesn't ease you into information, or rather wants to give it to you all at once. Beginning the site with a big image and the basic buttons is more functional and calming. Sears should work on making their website more visually appealing to attract and keep their customers on the page without feeling overwhelmed. As for their physical store, their visual appearance can feel outdated and gloomy. They can turn it up a notch with a modern, welcoming look where they better incorporate their colors. This can increase the atmosphere within the store and better attract customers who stroll by. I will now pass it on to Brad, who will talk about authority and scarcity.
So next we'll be talking about authority. Authority is a term given to someone usually with high ranking. Authority comes from action and voice, and most of the time someone who's giving authority usually ranks a position higher than most who can make decisions. Knowing this, the power of authority can be abused. So we're going to give a real life example. So the picture here is a picture of Eddie Lampert, who is the chairman of Sears. The chairman of Sears had authority because of his ability to recover Kmart, which is an affiliate of Sears brand, and turn it into a business that could last and continue. In addition, he funded the company with his own hedge funds and investments. So people saw him as such an amazing businessman and believed that no matter what he did to Sears, he would make a successful run through with it. But what they didn't know is that he funded Kmart with his own investments and carried on a business because of the resource he attained. Moving on to the next slide. So within authority, there's something known as blind obedience, which is a factor of authority. The term is something you prevent doing, which could be morally, ethically, or legally wrong. So basically what happened is that the chairman, Lampert, believed it was ethically possible to begin an e-commerce business to compete with Amazon. Having not done proper research or been exposed to the e-commerce business, the chairman took his own executive decision to invest in this e-commerce business. And the reason this was a failure, well, the chairman hadn't done his research to know that several other businesses attempted the same attempt and failed because of the lack of resources and knowledge. So more specifically, the amount of money that Sears invested in the business was nowhere near what Amazon began with, making his e-commerce business assumption a failure. So the moral of this was that authority has the ability to make decisions, but sometimes you need a proper understanding before making an expensive decision such as that. Moving on to scarcity, using the exact same example of the chairman, especially under the conditions of risk and uncertainty, the threat of potential loss plays a huge role in decision making. Scarcity is often defined as the fear of storage to sell more. So more in debt, it means it can increase the perceived value of the item or service you are providing. So basically, the resemblance of this meaning in the Sears case is that they are so overloaded with retail products and have not emphasized the retail market or invested in the market, causing huge excess in supply. This is usually how businesses go out of business. When products aren't selling, then there's no revenue for a company to operate. This happened because the chairman, rather than spending his hedge fund investments on the retail market, he wanted to try and create a monopolistic competition with Amazon. The reason why he did this is because some people react to something called the psychological reactance theory, which is a factor in scarcity, meaning he did whatever it took to imagine a great outcome and succeed because of Sears' declining business. So sometimes, you want things to happen, so you're willing to do anything it takes. Sometimes it can be rushed, and sometimes it shouldn't be because of the lack of resource and knowledge about something. So as a leader, you should be in charge of controlling your actions responsibly, and that's exactly what he did not do. Moving on to reciprocity.
Thank you. Okay, so now we'll be talking about the sixth weapon of influence, reciprocity, which is described in the book as the impulse we feel by returning the favor after we are helped by someone or given value. Under reciprocity, there are 5 factors that are useful for marketing managers to help companies target their desired customers, in this case, Sears. The first factor is to begin the first to give. The first factor is being the first to give. Offering something first can help Sears stand out of the competition, making it easier to attract customers. This incentive inspires customers or potential customers to reciprocate the kind act, motivating them to return the favor, such as shopping at their stores. The second factor is making the customer feel valued. This means that the company needs to offer the customer something that will make them feel special and unique. For instance, Sears can increase their sales by offering a gift or benefit that relates to the customer's demographic profile. Another way Sears can increase their sales is by providing a customer a selection of rewards that they get to pick themselves. This is a great way for Sears to show that they genuinely care about their customers. A third factor is making the experience memorable. By making the experience memorable, a company can guarantee that customers will reciprocate the actions. A way to make it memorable for the customer is by offering a reward system or coupons. This gift enforces uninvited debts, making the customer feel obligated to repay the company for their efforts. The fourth factor is helping the customer outside your store. Marketing managers need to establish a trust between the customers and the company. For instance, Sears can gain back their customers' trust and loyalty by providing free guides of informative content designed to help the customer in their personal lives. This act of kindness will most likely get the person to return to the store and make a purchase. Finally, the final factor is about keeping the relationship going. The relationship between a customer and a company does not end at the end of the sale. For instance, Sears could provide a generous discount or a loyalty program whenever a customer refers a new individual to their business. By taking these actions, Sears will build long-lasting relationships while generating more revenue. With this, we conclude our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.